Hello, all my water signs. Welcome to your weekly energy update where we're asking the creator just what energy they want you to know about this upcoming week. Of course, this is for all of my Cancer signs, my Scorpios, my Pisces. We're going to be looking at the week of January 16th to January 23rd. Of course, these are timeless readings, so if you're coming across this reading outside of that time frame, I would still trust your intuition and watch the video anyway, because I'm sure there are messages for you, right? Right. All right, but if you are watching this for that week, the two energies that I want to talk about, one, January 17th, we have that beautiful Cancer full moon bringing in wonderful, wonderful water energy for all of you. So I'm sure you've already been feeling that for a while. And also the Aquarian season starts on January 19th. So there's also some unique energy coming in with that. I did create separate videos for both of those. I have Cancer full moon readings by each zodiac sign and then an Aquarian season pick a card, and I'll have those linked at the end here, and I'll mention it again as we get closer to that. But for this week, for all of you water signs, I'm going to start off pulling a card here from the Earth Magic Oracle and just see what the creator wants you to know about this week. One more time. All right, so for our water signs, what would you like them to know about this upcoming week, please? Okay, nope. They said they're going to make it very obvious, so I will, okay. There we go. And you have, no kidding, river movement, water signs. This is all about you. You know this for sure. So for river, it says the softened light from the sun falls upon the meandering river, the sparkles reflecting the gentle movement taking place in the river's body. She moves easily around the curves and the rocks, sometimes gently, as portrayed in this card, and sometimes quite rapidly and intensely. Still, the river's movement will always eventually land her in the bosom of the great grandmother ocean. Some of her water will evaporate along the way to feed the waters of the sky, just as it takes place in any other bodies of water, and bless the land and the seas with replenishment in a perfectly natural cycle that helps the planet sustain itself. Water is our lifeblood, a nutrient more essential than food. The flow of water throughout our bodies serves as a metaphor for how life itself flows through us and expresses as us. The additional message for this says fighting or blocking the flow of your life force can lead you to feeling spiritually void and disconnected from source, from the creator. Just like the metaphor of the river, it does not work to force or fight this compelling movement. When you simply pay attention and observe the flow, it becomes easier to navigate your experiences and see what lies ahead, or at least get a sense of what is to come by the ever-changing geography that unfolds as you cruise along. Your resistance can be hampering your ability to make a choice in this matter. Surrender to the movement of life. Be grateful, and you will see the signs along the shore and in the river itself that offer you clues about what direction your egoless self is to be making. Go with the flow is more than a trite aphorism here. It is essential that you do so now. Breathe, relax, and you will know. Yeah. So this is beautiful for you for this week. It's definitely saying go with the flow. Follow the path of least resistance. Let go of all this angst, all this anxiety, all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos. It's like there's a lot of pressure coming on and you feel blocked, but just knowing that be the watery self that you are. Feel your emotions, but just flow with it. Don't resist, but you don't have to act on, of course, the shadow emotions, but you can feel them, and in feeling them, you flow more faster through them than if you resist them. You get dragged slowly through it and experience it for a longer time. So it's like feel the feels, but let it pass. Take deep breaths and go with the flow and let go, let go, let go. We're also going to pull cards here from these True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Let's see what else the Creator wants all of you water signs to know about this week. All right. Creator, what else do you want our water signs to know about this week? Okay, there's one. What else? Okay, one at a time. Breathe, move slow. Go with the flow. There we go. All right. So your first card here is the King of Cups. Cups are your emotions. It's the water element, the water energy. The king of the river, king of the water. This is all of you. This is your beautiful energy coming in. And I love because the King of Cups offers us the chalice, the Holy Grail. And this is what's filled with the holy, beautiful, living waters, which is the unconditional essence, the unconditional love of our Creator. And so this beautiful river of movement definitely involves connecting to that beautiful love that you have within you, the unconditional love, not the conditional love of the outside world, but the unconditional love from inside. King also brings a beautiful message because he's at the end of the suit, he's been through it all, and this King, regardless of your male or female or how you identify, this is your energy. This is just the divine masculine energy that's in there. But he's been through all of the cups. So he understands so much, he has so much wisdom around our emotions. And one of the biggest ones is that making decisions from the emotionally volatile feelings of the outside world of that conditional love doesn't align us very much. And so there's this balance that comes in. It says, use your higher mind, your higher love in balance with your lower mind and your lower love. And in doing that, there's this beautiful rhythm. And we do have this ebb and flow that happens like the sea with our emotions. And because we come here to experience our opposites. So, we sometimes are like nudged to judge our shadow and our fearful emotions and those uncomfortable emotions as negative and low, and we need to get rid of them and kill them and destroy them. But it's why we came here to experience all that. And this freedom is coming in here that you can still experience these lower vibrational emotions, understanding that you always have another choice in that moment to choose an extreme of fear or an extreme of unconditional love or something in between, and none of it is wrong. You get to experience what you want to experience, but always know that you have a choice, and that we have this Ace of Cups in your hand that you can sip from anytime that you wish. Okay. Yep, and you have the Five of Wands here. And the Five of Wands is this transformational card. All the fives are. Wands are like our drive, our ambition, our inspiration, our passion. It can be our spiritual energy too. But for this one, this is this transformation of energy. And it's kind of like what I was just talking about, because when you see the card, like I usually, like in the standard deck, there'll be like 5 people fighting with the wands. And so when we first see that, we have this energy of, oh my gosh, that's conflict. They're trying to hurt one another. They're trying to kill one another. And you see them battling. I have this like kung fu movie that plays in my head when this card pops in, and they're all battling and they're all doing this stuff. And eventually one is standing and the other 4 exhausted, laying down. And then they put down their wands and they help each other up and they're laughing and they're all walking arm in arm, walking back down the path to the mess hall of this Buddhist monastery. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, these were not people that were trying to hurt each other. These were people that were helping each other improve their skills, improving themselves. And so this transformation happens with this energy from one being of conflict to one of being of help and of love. And so that's what I was talking about, where we see this conflict and stuff happening, but this conflict, this impression we had was our experience. And then seeing the opposite of it, we're like, oh, so there I see peace next to conflict, and I can see that I can change energy by my perception, that how I see things is how I'm feeling on the inside, right? Because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are on the inside. And then you have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, so swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations, all our mentalness. And we see that it's our own thoughts and our beliefs that blind us, that bind us, and that keep us feeling trapped. And this eights are about our kind of like education, our knowledge, the wisdom that we're gleaning from an experience. And so this is about going, oh, I see. I understand now that it's my own thoughts and beliefs that are limiting me, that are making me, blinding me and feeling restricted. It's not the outside. I get to choose what anything means. I'm the one that chooses what story I apply to any situation, right? And so this is that awareness that, at first it's kind of like, it might piss you off a little bit, right? When someone says, well, what you're experiencing in your life is because of what is going on inside of you, by your thoughts and your stories. And you're like, what? No way. Because our ego doesn't want to hear that, because it is judging us, saying, well, if you're the one that did this to yourself, then you are a failure and blah, 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 blah. But once you get past that, you can see like, wait a minute, you're saying I'm the one that gets to choose what story I apply to any situation. I'm the one that gets to choose what emotion I choose in any situation. That's empowering. So now I stop worrying about less and less about the outside world or the unknown of the future, because it doesn't matter what comes. I get to decide what it means about me and others in the world. I get to choose what I feel about it all. So it's a very empowering card, because it's this knowledge that comes and you're like, aha, right? Yep. And then you have the Eight of Wands. Wands, like we talked about, is your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, your passion, and your spiritual energy. And this means there's movement of energy. There's this movement that happens. So this river movement, it's like go with that flow of that energy that's coming. It's going to come fast. It's going to feel like a rapid at sometimes, but that's okay. Just go with the flow of the energy that's going. Don't resist it. Don't feel you have to fix it or control it. Just see it for what it is. Take a step back and maybe see things from this different perspective where you see it transform. So the energy that comes in, and you have it in another 8 again, right? 8 and 8. You might think that, oh, this is what it means, this energy coming in. It's like, wait a minute, I don't have to do that. I can look at it from a different way, especially if you sip from that beautiful cup energy, that beautiful unconditional love that'll calm you down, and you can take a step back and breathe and go, oh, okay, but this is go with that movement and go with that flow. The other thing, because this is spiritual energy, this represents all these messages coming into you too from spirit. So be aware during this next week that as you come into this calm place and you're flowing with things, trust and connect to the spiritual realm. Pay attention to the outside world for synchronicities and answers that are coming, whether it's from a license plate or a bumper sticker or a song on the radio or overhearing a conversation or whatever it might be. You're going to be having that confirmation and synchronicities happen in the outside world to help you through all of this, because especially with all this beautiful, Cancer full moon, Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is emotion. And then not only a full moon normally is expressing a lot of emotion. So you got all this emotion, all this water energy, and you are water signs, so you feel it even more. So whatever you focus on is what is going to be blown and expanded open. So if you focus on unconditional love, that is going to, joy and peace and laughter, that energy is going to be expanded in your life. But if you focus on the fear and the dark stuff, that's also going to expand. But know, as you're going through that, if you feel that and you're like, oh, I feel so overwhelmed, out of control, wait a minute, breathe, flow with the energy, sip from the cup of unconditional love, and you can choose to flip that emotion that you're feeling if you don't want to feel it anymore. But back to definitely listen and pay attention to the outside world, because Spirit is going to be communicating you in a big way this week, especially with all that water energy. It really thins the veil where we can really hear so clearly to the spiritual realm. And you might have mental messages coming in. Like, let's say you're not even thinking about a loved one who's passed, and then all of a sudden this memory just triggers in your head about them. That is them touching your brain, letting them know that they are with you. They've always been with you since they left their physical body, because they can be with all their loved ones all at the same time, not sharing themselves with everyone like we have to do on the earth. In the spiritual realm, we can be so many places all at the same time, because that's how capable we are. So them touching that memory is them letting you know that they are with you and you are not alone. And then you can get emotional messages too, which all of you water signs know you get to feel the feels, you get emotional messages all the time. So you definitely will be getting them during this week as well. So a wonderful, wonderful, transformative, flowy opportunity to experience these extremes, but knowing that you always have a choice between the two really is freeing, right? Because if you're feeling restricted and like, this is how I have to feel, this is what must happen, this is what it must mean, then you feel like hopeless and desperate and suppressed. But knowing that, you can go, oh, you know what? I'm going to transform and choose unconditional love in this moment instead. It just changes everything for you, right? Sets you free. All right, I love it. I do want to let you know, all you water signs, that in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also do monthly readings for each zodiac sign. And as I mentioned, I do full moon, new moon readings, and a variety of others. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, if for this video you would give it a little like, and then click the subscribe button, and then also click the notification bell. Doing those last two allow you to set your setting to be notified immediately when these come out. I'll also be linking some at the end of the video here, the playlist, so that'll be also easy for you to do. Liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all of that does help the YouTube algorithm share these videos with others as recommended videos. So if you want to help share the love, if you do any of those, I definitely greatly appreciate it. Never any pressure to do so, but if you do, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, all you water signs, as you go throughout this week and every second of every day of your life, please know that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. I'll be talking to you very soon, but until then, you take care.